overbearing Cobra Commander no longer has the ability to leave. Destro and Dr. Mindbender, Destro and Dr. Mindbender, Destro and Dr. Mindbender, Destro and Dr. Mindbender.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, toy enthusiasts and those new to Tough Nerd Toys LLC. I'm your host, Uncle Nerd, and welcome to another exciting episode of Busted Open. Busting it open since 2007, and today you know who we're going to review right here. G.I. Joe Classified Dr. Mindbender, aka Mr. BDSM, aka Mr. S&M, aka Sexy Body Scientist Nerd Guy. I mean, I had to get Dr. Mindbender. What I loved about the Cobra is that they wore some of the most unorthodox outfits and most revealing outfits for a kid's cartoon I have ever seen. I love Dr. Mindbender. They have been putting out the guys that these last two runs have been characters that I absolutely love. And I mean absolutely love within the G.I. Joe franchise. Had to get this guy. I wanted to get two, but you know they were being very strict within the ordering procedure on Hasbro.com or HasbroPulse.com because I was going to do a giveaway with one, but I wasn't able to get them. I wasn't able to get Serpentor, so if you guys find a Serpentor and want to donate it to me, or you know, have me review it or whatever the case may be, I would greatly, and I mean greatly, appreciate it. I'm not telling you you have to go do it, but if you find one and feel as though you want me to review it, send it to me. Send it to me. And no, I won't sell it. I will keep it. I won't do anything rotten or anything like that. I want that figure in my collection. I wasn't able to get it, and yes, I'm part of the Hasbro Pulse what do you call that, special $50 thingy, and I still wasn't able to get the guy. But we have Dr. Mindbender right here. He looks absolutely amazing. Let's go into the box real quick. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer so you guys can see. You have this beautiful, absolutely beautiful artwork of Dr. Mindbender with that muscular body looking right there. And the box is inside of a sleeve right here, and it shows like the, how can I say, the Cobra genetic code or whatever the case may be you want to call it right there. The sleeve comes off. This is looking good. Let me put this right back in. I'm running ahead of myself. Got the G.I. Joe logo, Classified Series right there where it says Dr. Mindbender on the box, legal mumbo jumbo. Here's the barcode. If you want to scan it, pause the video, or you want to write it down, pause the video right there. You have his tech specs on the side right here, but they're really blurred out. I think they're kind of like moving away from it because I'm starting to see none of these Joes or Cobras are on the G.I. Joe website. So what I'm going to start doing is just putting up the classic bio codes up there. Because see, like, look, you know, I usually go into their bios and everything. They're doing this. It's like they're not even caring about it anymore, anything like that. And no, they do not have Dr. Mindbenders up here. I haven't seen it or whatever the case may be. So what I'll start doing, like I said before last review, is that I'll put the bio cards of these guys up there and you can pause it and read it, whatever the case may be. I'm going to use the original G1 cards from the 80s for these guys. Look at this box art, beautiful box art. And yes, it does match when you pull the box out right here. This is one box I will keep. This is one box I will keep. And no, it's not a window box or anything, but the art on here is absolutely stupendous right there. You have the genetic code going on right there. Dr. Mindbender, he's always been a tongue twister for me. Dr. Mindbender experimenting on himself, loving it. You see him right here grabbing up genetic codes from Atlantis, it looks like. You see him right there. He has the genetic, like he's snatching the genetics out of these corpses and everything, which is what he used to make Serpentor. You got the Three Musketeers right here that were pretty much always together. Dr. Mindbender, Destro, and Baroness right there. Beautiful artwork of these two. Because if you remember the comic book intro, or like when they started getting into the Serpentor line, or I would call like the third season of G.I. Joe, It was like, fearing Cobra Commander no longer had the ability to lead. Destro and Dr. Mindbender. Yeah, you always had Destro and Dr. Mindbender hanging out with each other doing stuff. And I think Destro pretty much funded Dr. Mindbender a lot. You got the number 43 up here. Nice Cobra insignia. Beautiful color going on right there. Nothing on the side right there. Beautiful graphics on the side. Let me bring this back a little bit so you guys can really get the essence of this box, capture the essence of this box. And you slide this slip off. This slip cover comes right on off, and you have a beautiful, how can I say, cabinet box where it just opens up to show everything. And you can see all of the accessories, and he comes with a chock full of accessories right here. And the beautiful figure sits inside. No, there is no covering over it, but the box is made to where you can reuse it again, and you have beautiful graphics and art going on around here. This is a beautiful setup for Dr. Mindbender. Nice figure, so on and so forth. And as usual, I'm going to veer off. I think we went over everything in the box, and I'm going to veer off and take everything out of the box so that we can see if Dr. Mindbender is worth the scratch.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
And here we have Dr. Mindbender out of the package. And one thing I can say about this package is that you can literally reuse this. Like you can, it's done so well to where so like you can reuse the box and stuff like that. When you go to, you can, display him again, because it's made in like a display box and everything like that. Put the tape back on, slide these plastic pieces back in, and you can get it. You can just have them up on the shelf. I really love this box. And usually I just throw the boxes away. I usually just throw them boxes away or whatever, because my toys are going to breathe. But yeah, you can reuse the box, which I think is absolutely amazing. But getting over here back to the wonderful and stunning and rather regal looking and nefarious Dr. Mindbender, we're going to go into his accessories right here. And over here you have a nice hose. Let me bring this a little bit closer. You have a nice hose that you can pretty much, this will connect to this canister right here. You just plug it in on these little ports right here. Boom, and then you can plug them into the weapons, these two weapons right here. And the hose is done in a nice little soft vinyl, as you can see, but a nice sturdy constructed vinyl. It doesn't feel weak or anything like that. But I think you can, well, see this right here, this peg is going to peg into his waist. This one right here, you can put up here, and you can put these hoses onto these beautiful weapons that they've crafted right here. What I call his pretty much Tesla coil guns or whatever the case may be. I don't know what type of weapon it is. This is something that Dr. Mindbender made or whatever. This looks like it's made out, it shoots electricity, and this one looks like it probes your booty hole or whatever the case may be. It shoots it up your booty hole, and that's over. It's over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no Joe can withstand the pressure of a electro probe going into the booty hole. So yeah. And this right here is like the Tesla coil gun. Both of them look like they use electric, but they're done and sculpted very nicely. You have beautiful silver paint in the front of them. Nice hard plastic. Minimal detail on it and stuff like that, but you see a little bit of detail within the handle and the back part of the gun, whatever the case may be. But it's done very, very well. Then you have two pistols over here. One looks like a syringe gun right here, as you can see. You paint it nice and silver on the tip right there on the back, done out of a hard plastic. You see the little needle-like front. That's the hepatitis weapon that you're going to get hit with right there. Because he's not going to clean it if he's going to, especially if he putting something inside of a Joe or whatever the case may be. And you can take, now when I get to these right here, you have to be very careful with, because they're so small. They're so small. And I don't think it doesn't go to this gun, but they're like these little little tubes or whatever case may be. But yeah, these guns right here, as you can see, and this is his sidearm right here. This is the what is this, the injection pistol or whatever the case may be, and this is his sidearm right here. Then you have these nice little experimentation jars or test tube jars right here that open up right there. Boom, you can open up and put the brain inside of. As you can see, this is the brain right here. Nice purple color right there. Looks like it's a bit old. Has a nice little robotic diode at the bottom. So he's pretty much been doing experiments on somebody's brain. Possibly a Joe he kidnapped before they got recruited or before they were mainstream. And yeah, you got like a nice, you can sit the brain right inside like thus so. And be careful with these parts because they literally will disappear on you. Because like the brain I had dropped while I was taking the what's the name out of the container, out of this package. You can sit them right in there like thus so, and then close the hatch, and there you have a floating brain inside of the container. And if you want to put some water in there and make it seem all nefarious and stuff like that, it can secure inside of the hole too, as well as sit just loose in there. See, you push it into that hole right there, but you got to give it a nice push. I don't want to force it because I don't want to break it, but you can push it into this little hole that's right here to secure it in place, and then put the hatch on it or put the lid on it to give it a mad scientist or brain within the mad, you know, brain inside of the jar look. Again, you just have to press it down real hard, but yeah, you can. And like me, I will put like some little fluid in here and make it look all nasty and everything like that. Then you have over here the brain. The brain looks real good. Nice membranes going on within it right here. Got a little bit of silver paint down there, pretty decent paint on it. A tiny bit of bleeding into the purple, but not that much. The bottom is not covered. That's the part you're gonna plug into things, you know, and it looks really, really good. Then you have this beautiful skull right here, done in a nice opaque, I would say like an eggshell color. He has someone's skull here. Great detail in the skull, great painting, has like a gray painting going around it. And yes, you can sit the brain inside of the skull. Thus so, I think it goes that way. And the person's dead anyway, so they're not gonna really worry about which way their brain is sitting in there. Now, hold on, you can sit this in here pretty snug. All right, there we go. Wait, I think it is. Again, I don't wanna press too hard to where as though I end up breaking something on camera. You can close the hatch on it like that, thus so. No, I did this sloppy. Wait, that's how it's supposed to go, I think. Wait, first we gotta get the front of this brain. Let's get the front of the brain right. Okay, there we go. There we go. We got the front of the brain right. And then we line it up. And boom. There you have the skull with the brain sitting inside of it. This brain may be swollen due to exposure. Got a nice little hit, like crack in the skull right there, cut in the skull that Dr. Mindbender did. Dr. Mindbender is a messed up individual, very messed up individual. In the comic book, he did some rotten stuff. Then you have this decrepit hand that it looks like he's either growing or cut off of someone and has tried to pretty much bring it back to life. As you can see, there are circuits and all sorts of inputs put inside of it, or whatever the case may be. And yes, you can take the hand inside and put it inside of the long container, thus so. There we go. Give it a nice push. And there you have it inside of the container. Chill. Showing my age right there. But yeah. And then these pieces right here. Now these come along with it, and you can take these and either put it in front of the pistol. I guess these are like test tubes or whatever. No, they don't go in front of the pistol. They actually go on the bottom parts of the canisters right here. Now what I might do is just push these into the canister and leave them there, because I can see this. No, it goes into this one. I can see these being lost. These are very, very tiny, very tiny. You can push them into these little holes right here. Yes, once I put these in here, they're going to stay in there, because I know for a fact I'm going to lose them. I'm going to put that in there. And I guess he does this so he can collect samples from whatever he has floating in the short container or the short jar. And there you have it with the probes or the plugs put inside of the jar. right here, and you can close the lid back on it. And I suggest you keep these in here. Now there is one that to me I feel as though is supposed to fit this gun, because this fit right in the front of it. And I guess these are test tubes or needles or probes or whatever the case may be. Only Dr. Mindbender knows why they gave you these. I don't know. And it looks like this hole is here for it, but it would not fit into that hole. But I mean, like, yeah, once you get these probes stuck into something, leave them in there, because you'll end up losing them. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They're very, very small. I mean, you can actually sneeze these things away. They may look bigger on screen right here, but they're very small, you know. And I think that's it for all of his accessories, and they look absolutely amazing. They loaded you up with accessories. The Hasbro loaded you up with a ton of accessories, and they look really, really good. I really like this skull right here. This skull looks really nice for Dr. Mindbender. I like how it closes and everything. Now, another thing too, you might, once you get these things like securely closed, you might either want to, like me, myself, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking I might glue this together just to leave it how it is. I think that's the back of the skull, if I'm not mistaken. No. Yeah. There we have it. There. That's even. Right there. Had his skull on all backwards. And there we have Dr. Mindbender's skull. Now, you know what we're about to do now. We're about to go into the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Dr. Mindbender. And Dr. Mindbender looks absolutely ravishing in his nice little outfit, his beautiful little S&M outfit. Got the purple gauntlets, the violet gauntlets going on with the silver in there. Got the bicep straps going on. You know, you see what I'm looking at, right? It's the crotch and the harness on the chest. What I don't understand is why they didn't put their little cobra emblem, emblems that he usually has right here. I've been seeing a lot of people take pictures of Dr. Mindbender with just the cape like tucked in. You got Dr. Mindbender. Dr. Mindbender is supposed to have that collar flipped up, the pieces flailing out, and that like everything. This is how he's supposed to be shown. Yes, you can do it whichever way you want to, but Dr. Mindbender is supposed to be shown like this, with that collar flared out and everything like that. The butterfly chest breast guards going on and everything. Look at this, man. This guy looks good. And the now the soft good is done kind of like in a composite, like vinyl, like a slim vinyl cloth going on. I really like the way it tapers to the body and the waist right here. Gauntlets look good, gloves look good, crotch guard looks good with the suspenders connecting to them. No, you cannot remove the suspenders, but they are sculpted in and then kind of like glued in a bit. I'm not going to take his cape off. You can do that with yours. You can plug the canister right here. Hold on. You can plug the canister right here, as you can see. Me, myself, I'm going to keep the canister down. Maybe I'll keep it like this to the side or something like that under his cape. But yeah, this guy looks really good. The boots are done very well right there. Look at them thigh-high boots, boy. Got the gun holster on. This guy is nasty, man. This is a nasty doctor. Very nasty doctor. Very nasty doctor. But the silver crotch guard with the suspenders connected to it is serious. The face sculpt is off the chain. Got that monocle, that clear monocle going on, them thick eyebrows, them handlebar mustache. He's bad news, man. He's bad news for both men and women. You already see what's going on. You already see what this guy is all about the minute he walks into the room. Got the colonial boots on with the buckle right here. He's a bad guy. He's going to do bad stuff to you. He wants you to enjoy it, but you're not going to enjoy it. You're going to think it's fun, but it's not fun. He's going to drug you up. This guy is bad, man. This guy is bad. But he looks very, very, very good. They did a great job on Dr. Mindbender. I always liked the fact that he was a mad scientist, but he was beefy as hell. He was muscular as hell. Look at him. Look at him. Side profile looks perfect. Facial profile looks perfect. Everything looks great. And the monocle is done in a nice clear plastic right there, like they did the Baroness and everything like that. Great wrinkles in the face and the forehead and everything. This is literally like perfection. They did a great job on this figure. Great job. The cape, again, has nice stitching in it. As you can see, it's tapered right here to fit him. They didn't just throw like a piece of cloth on it. It doesn't look like a burlap bag or anything like that. You know, sometimes they give them soft goods and it's just like, ugh. But the gun holster looks good and everything on him. Gun holster looks real good. Has a nice silver buckle. The silver paint is done very well. I love the leather-like textures that they gave, that they sculpted into the boots right here. This is Dr. Mindbender. He looks great. I even like the way they did the gauntlets. Now, what they did forget is like the two little Cobra insignia buckles that he usually has, or medals he usually has connecting to his cape, that held on his cape to his suspenders. And they are missing, like, it was, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm mistaken. But when I was a kid, he had like a little mechanism along this arm or something like that, you know. But again, I think he's perfect. The body sculpt is absolutely wonderful. It is not the same as Roblox or what's his name? I did a comparison, and I'll show you guys at the end. Not the same as Gung Ho's or Roblox. It's a pretty decent body sculpt right here, but I'm loving the way they did this. Always love the fact. I love a villain or a superhero that could just run around with no shirt on and just a cape. Look at this. This guy's confident, man. This guy's confident. So not only is he a messed up orthodontist, he's a mad scientist who runs around in S&M gear, torturing people. This guy's the worst, but he's the best. Look at him. And you got some sculpted in straps over here with some scale-like textures going on right there. This guy is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They did a great job on him. Great job on him. Dr. Mindbender looks amazing. Amazing. Again, them thigh-high boots, boy. This boy is ready for bad action. He's ready for bad stuff, man. Part of the sexy squad with Cobra. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do, we're going to go into the articulation of this guy. Head can go all the way around. You got some nice looking up. It's on the ball joint here and here. You got some butterfly joints going on in the shoulders in here. Bicep swivel. As you can see, you can get the arm to go all the way around. Got some bicep swivel going on right there. Double hinged elbow. Very stiff. I don't see any pins on this guy, which is good. You got some twisting and pivoting in the wrist going on there. You got some thigh cuts. You got a nice ab crunch going on. And no, the harness does not inhibit his movement. Waist twisting. Now, you're not going to be able to get too much waist twisting with the harness going on. That's basic common sense, you know, but you got some wiggling in the waist and everything. Nice ab crunch. Everything looks good. Leg split is very, very good. Even with the harness connected to him. Drop down crotch area. Let's get this right, because I almost just broke it just now. Leg kicks up pretty good too. Leg kicks up. Double hinged knee. This guy is super stiff, man. Double hinged knee. You can get that leg going all the way back like that. You can do the rising knee. There you go. You have a twist? Yep, you got a twisted the calf and ankle rocker. So you can get that pivoting and twisting going on and everything like that. This guy is absolutely beautiful. He is a nice figure. A must have in your collection. If you missed this one, you know they're definitely going to sell like a streamlined one or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't suggest you get scalped. I don't have him on Tough Nerd Toys. I was only able to get one. If I happen to be able to run across another one, I will notify you guys, but I don't have him on sale at Tough Nerd Toys. But I do have other G.I. Joe action figures, such as the Cobra Viper Army Builder Pack and some Cobra Soldiers at a reasonable price. And yes, I do have to gauge the market. I can't just sell them at cost. You know what I'm saying? Because if the market goes up for them, I have to make them go up. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take some pictures of this guy, and I will be right back with my final thoughts for Dr. Mindbender.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages. G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
So as a whole, I think Dr. Mindbender is absolutely astonishing. He looks great. They did a good job on him. He looks really good. Few things that they're missing, but it's no deal breaker for me. And Dr. Mindbender is coming in at like 6.5, 6.25 inches. He looks really, really good. They did great detail on him. And as I showed you before, you just connect the hoses to the weapons and everything. And there you have, you know, the different versions of his gun or his electro pylon driver, which I got from this game called Returnal, that he can get going on. You know, this is the butt puncher right here, and that is the electro shock weapon, pretty much that canister that you put on the back right there and connect. And the gun fits right into its holster real good. I have the injection needle gun in his hand right there. He's looking real good. Great detail, great sculpt, great likeness to G1 Dr. Mindbender. And here he is next to a black cobra viper. Yeah, man. And yeah, it's a black man. This is a black guy. Then we have him next to one of his creations right here. Battle Android Trooper, looking good. Then you have him next to the trio right here, you know, the Three Musketeers, Baroness and Destro. Here we go with the squad. Oh man, Baroness acting funny. She don't want to be seen with him. Remember, these three was always hanging out doing stuff. And at one point, you started seeing Baroness hanging out with Dr. Mindbender a lot. I mean, a whole lot. But you know, Baroness used to be cheating on Destro every now and then because Destro was a ladies' man. You know what I mean? Look at that. Look at the squad. Dr. Mindbender, we're ready for the Jaws. Launch the Firebat. He looks good. And here he is next to He-Man. 40th anniversary He-Man. He-Man. And He-Man is a 7-incher, so of course he's going to be much bigger than Dr. Mindbender. But Dr. Mindbender looks really good. And here he is next to our boy. I'm fine. Hi. Wow. Let's take a look at you. Wow, Mr. Mindbender. I'm loving that outfit. Think maybe I could borrow that? The crotch guard looks amazing. You are one beautiful. Do you need a job? You can work right next to me. And what are you listening to? You can work right next to me. Right next to me. You look amazing in that outfit. If you want to hurt me, you want to work with me, let me know. I'll give you an application. Give me your email. That was David Nora. He seems to be pretty enthralled with Dr. Mindbender today. So, yeah, he likes his outfit. So, yeah, Dr. Mindbender is a great catch. Definitely pick this figure up. But the only thing I say is be careful with all the parts and pieces because there are so many if you don't put them up or store them somewhere, you might lose them. But as a whole, this figure is phenomenal. They did a great job with Dr. Mindbender. And I feel as though if you missed this one, you know how Hasbro is always re-releasing stuff and stuff like that. They'll probably give you a more stripped down version because they did it with Snake Eyes and stuff like that. You know, they'll give you a more stripped down version of them. Just like I'm waiting for that Cobra Commander that came with the His tank. No, I could not afford that His tank or anything like that. I'm sorry. You know, plus I didn't have room for it. So, you know, yeah. So with that being said, that brings this review to a close. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and share this video. And remember, when you buy a toy, what do? You bust it open, my friend. You can bust me open anytime. Get out of here.
Evil than G.I. Joe has ever known. Cobra Terradrome.
Dr. Mindbender!
We're ready for the Joes. Launch the Firebat. G.I. Joe, American hero.
Will the Cobra Terradrome be the beginning of the end for G.I. Joe? Find out in Marvel Comics.